Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy98 here. Welcome back to a brand new F1 2017 career mode video for you guys today on my channel. Today we're here for the Season 2 finale here in Abu Dhabi, and for some reason Chris has come up to me and he's basically complaining about the team's lack of performance and how, you know, we're not spending our resource points. What I don't think Chris seems to understand is I've won the Drivers' Championship, and as you can see from those past races, I've won 4 DNF from 1. So I think you might need to shut up, Chris, basically. But anyway, as you can see, the development comparison is there. Pretty equal split between Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull in terms of like the distance between each team. So yeah, it looks like Red Bull seem to have made a lot of progress this season, coming to look at it now. But anyway, we're going to have a look then at the R&D tree, see what's going on. And as you can see the splits there between Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull looks very, very close. But as you can see, the top teams there are McLaren, Haas and Sauber. I'm not really bothered about those. I don't even know if I'll get a contract offer at the end of this season, so I'm just going to work with Mercedes-Benz. But anyway then, I decided to skip practice for this episode. I really just didn't feel like doing it. I mean, it's the last season, and I mean, if I don't end up staying at Mercedes, if there's a contract offer, and if I decide, you know what, I'm going to go somewhere different, then I don't really need the points, because they'll just get wiped out. So I just decided not to do practice. I got 700 resource points nonetheless, so still a very nice handy amount of resource points. So we're going to go straight to qualifying, and we will need to qualify on the front row and beat Kimi Raikkonen here today in order to do what the team are expecting of myself. And you can see that we're drawing 5-all in the driver rivalry between myself and Kimi Raikkonen, so very close, but I'm sure hopefully we could try and outdo Kimi Raikkonen in this last stage. And as you can see, I decided that, I didn't actually run as many engines as I bought, so I decided to just run my brand new power unit here. Even though I have 7, I never actually got around to using the 7th one. Yeah, you can see how we've been doing on engine management this season. Honestly, not too bad. Maybe could be a little bit better come the next season. Anyway, we're just going to carry on doing our usual things. Into Q1 then, coming around the last corner. And as you can see, Kimi Raikkonen is set at 137.3, which is what we need to beat. We actually go and set a 138.1. Now, I did actually forget to lower the fuel load. So 1.3 seconds off the pace. I'm not concerned about that because I was running with 13 laps of fuel on that lap. So, yeah, I was very, very heavy on the car. I was basically just filling up at a petrol station for the whole time. But into Q2 we go. And I'm going to switch up the strategy a little bit. You know, it's the last race. I've won the championship. It's going to be a nice, entertaining race, hopefully, nonetheless. So I decided to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to be running the super soft tyres to start the Grand Prix on. I'm going different, which I don't really tend to do, but this race, I'm going to go different. So there it is. We are 4 tenths off the pace, which is very, very encouraging, considering we were on the super soft tyres, not the ultra soft. So I'm very encouraged by that pace. And on to Q3 then, Lewis Hamilton sets a blistering 136.8, I believe that is. And as we come into the second to last corner, and as you can see here, qualifying has ended. So this is the last lap we're going to get here. Final corner now, coming to you can dart towards the line, and it's a 136.6, which is pole position for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. A very, very good lap. I gave absolutely everything on that lap to get pole position, and we got it by 0.2 of a second on Lewis Hamilton. In this second half of the season, me and Hamilton have had some amazing battles in terms of qualifying and the race, and I've really, really enjoyed it, and I've had so much fun. But anyway, as you can see then, gathering the resource points, and now we are in front of Kimi Raikkonen in the driver rivalry, and as you can see then, all of the points are coming on through. Listening then to the voicemail from Emma, she's going to tell us that she wants us to finish on the front row, or, you know, finish in the top 2, should I say. She wants us to beat Kimi Raikkonen, and then the championship target, place 4th or higher. But like I've said in pretty much all episodes since I won the championship, there is no way that I can drop out of the top 4 of the championship because we've already won it, so we don't need to really worry about that. In terms of the grid though, we don't seem to be having as many penalties, so myself and Lewis Hamilton will duel in the desert after, of course, in the last race, there was so many grid penalties that Hamilton and the likes of the 2 Ferraris and also the Red Bulls were really out of position. But you can see there's a lot more grid penalties in this race than there were in the last one. It was, yeah, quite a lot. But luckily, Hamilton, myself and Kimi Raikkonen don't have grid penalties. We can all start in our same positions, which means that we're going to have a top 3 fight. Let's hope for that. But anyway, looking at the race strategy then, as I accidentally clicked the wrong button, we're going to be doing a 1-stop, it says. We're going to be going on from a super soft to a set of soft tyres. However, I believe I selected the 1-stop to start with. However, I can confirm that I'm going to go for the 2-stop, and I'm going to do it basically on the fact that I just want to be quick, I don't want to be racy. I want to get the super soft stint out of the way, then I want to switch to the ultra softs and really plow on through. So we might need to do a little bit of catching up because the drivers behind are going to get undercut. I need to take a look at, but all on the grid here now to start the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We've got 4, now 5 red lights here to start this race. And it is lights out we go here to start the finale of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And as you can see, getting a bit of a slow and sluggish start here. Obviously starting on the super soft tyres, which are a slower tyre compound. It's going to affect me off the start line, but it's fine though. We're up into the lead of the race. Kimi Raikkonen has got in front of Lewis Hamilton here to start things off. And now we can try and control the race straight away off the bat as we go pretty wide there. Clipping the curb, bit of sparks flying there as we come in towards the chicane now. And then towards the hairpin for the first time. 0.3 of a second of a gap here. Onto lap 3 of the Grand Prix now. And myself, Raikkonen and Hamilton have pulled away off into the distance. But as you can see here, Kimi Raikkonen getting very close to the back of my car. He's got DRS this time around. And as you can see, Kimi's going to go for it. He's going to go for the outside line in towards this corner now. Here comes Kimi Raikkonen. He brakes very late. He's locked up actually. Raikkonen is locked up on the front left-hand tyre. And that's allowed Lewis Hamilton to sneak on through. Hamilton taking full advantage of Kimi Raikkonen's mistakes. It's a Mercedes 1-2. And Ferrari are going to be kicking themselves for that one. But onto lap 4 of the Grand Prix now. And this is the stage in the race where the ultra soft tyres are at their prime. This is when they're at their fastest, and I'm on a slower set of super soft tyres, and that is costing me badly here. And Hamilton now with DRS here, he actually closes it as he makes a very late dart for the inside line. But as you can see, Hamilton's not going to make it sick. I'm going to go around the outside, give Hamilton plenty of space here. I'm going to clip the bunny hop curb there, very so slightly there. But luckily, I'm still in front of Lewis Hamilton for the time being, but he's going to get a second bite of the cherry now. Here comes Hamilton once again with another blast of DRS. I'm going to defend the inside line very closely there. Very, very good defending. Just ever so slightly closing the door. Not too harshly. Lewis Hamilton had plenty of time to react to it. And yeah, it was very good defending there. And that's something I need to try and take a little look at. As you can see, Hamilton once again having a look at that specific area. Look at that. Yet again, closing the line, giving Hamilton no chance to use DRS all the way through. He actually brakes a little bit later than me and actually makes contact with my tyre. Luckily, no punctures there. But yeah, very, very sneaky little bit of defending going on here. Just ever so slightly closing the door so much so that unfortunately Lewis Hamilton then has to switch sides and basically change up a little bit. But onto lap 10 of the Grand Prix now, we've got a yellow flag in towards the chicane. So something's gone wrong. And it's actually Stoffel Vandoorne. He's actually clipped that bunny hop curb and it's actually sent him spinning after making further contact with a Renault after he hit that curb. And onto lap 11 of the Grand Prix now, Lewis Hamilton's made his first pit stop for a brand new set of ultra soft tyres. And now is my time to pit. I believe this is a lap earlier, but Lewis Hamilton at this stage in the race was absolutely flying, and I could not afford to stay out much longer. And I feel like Lewis Hamilton is going to get the undercut on us because, of course, he's going to be coming into the pits earlier anyway because he is on a set of those ultra soft tyres. Now I'm going to switch to the 2 stop. I could do the 1 stop and try and hold position, but at the end of the day, I want as much speed as I can possible in my car in order to take this to the end. But I believe on the 2 stop, I should have been pitting around about lap 9, lap 10. So technically I've gone a little bit further to just help my ultra softs a little bit. But now you can see Lewis Hamilton is way far out in front, and as we come towards, hopefully I'll show the clip on for longer. I don't because I'm a plum sack, but you'll be able to see it here on the end of lap 13 now. As we come across the start finish line here, it's the fast lap of the race so far, and the gap is 4.8 seconds. I believe the gap was around about 7 seconds, but we're flying now on these ultra soft tyres, setting in some very quick laps, and I just need to keep closing that gap down. On to lap 19 of the Grand Prix now. The second stint kind of really just flew by, to be honest. And that was really down to me just trying to close the gap to Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton then eventually pitted for a set of super soft tyres. Now the final stint is where it matters. The first and the final stint is where this race is going to really take place. The other stint, not really, nothing was going to happen. Never really was, unless there was a safety car. But now, we're coming out of the pits here on a brand new set of ultra soft tyres. We're going to be taking 9 laps in this Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton on a set of super softs flies past now. He's going to have around about a 5 to 6 second gap on us. We now need to close that gap down. We have got the advantage of ultra soft tyres. Now Hamilton is quicker in the first and I think it's the first sector really, and he's also quicker on the straights. So he's got the first sector and he's got the 2 long straights at his advantage. My middle sector and my final sector in the corners is so much faster than Lewis Hamilton that that's where it's all going to come as the back end slides there. Snap of oversteer now, but the gap is 4.1 seconds as we now look to close that gap between myself and Hamilton. I'm using all my rich mixture because I've saved it up in this stage of the race. On to lap 23 now. Gap is 3.1. That's 1.8 seconds taken out of that lap on Lewis Hamilton. I am absolutely relishing these ultra soft tyres. And on to lap 25, I'm now on the back of Lewis Hamilton. So This is the stage in the race where Lewis Hamilton is going to have to really get defensive now. But luckily for myself, it appears that Stoffel Vandoorne is in front of Lewis Hamilton and he's not letting him through. As I ignore that. As we get past Lewis Hamilton here, Stoffel Vandoorne is not letting Hamilton through. He's holding him up here in this stage of the Grand Prix. And it's really hurting him badly now. As Stoffel trying to get out of the way, he runs wide in the second to last corner and he allows Hamilton and myself through. And with 3 laps to go in this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, it is a straight fight now. Hamilton versus myself, Mercedes versus Mercedes to the end of the race here. And as you can see now, Hamilton getting very, very close to me now. And on to this second straight here, we're going to try and see if we can use the DRS. I'm not using Rich Mix because at this stage in the race, I just don't quite have enough. I've been using a lot of it and I'm very, very low on that mixture. You can see Hamilton there though with some great straight line speed in that Mercedes. He's really hooked his car up for that sector, but look at the amount of speed that I'm gaining in these corners, and I might just sneak it here down the inside. Hamilton leaves the space, and through we go into the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Hamilton left the space wide open, and the middle sector has been proving to be my best sector on the track, or should I say mostly my final sector, as that triple right-hander with that right-handed corner, I did tend to cut that a couple of times just because I was always going wide, so I didn't really know when to turn in. It was a corner I couldn't do, but anyway, that is it then. We come across the line to win the final race here in Abu Dhabi. It was a great race, honestly, for me versus Lewis Hamilton. There wasn't a lot in terms of just straight lap after lap me versus Hamilton fighting. It was probably one of the most tactical races I've ever had to take part on. Starting on those super soft tyres, Lewis Hamilton was all over the back of me. He then made the undercut, and I already knew as soon as that undercut came through from Hamilton, he was going to jump me in the pits. I then used the second stint on the ultra soft tyres, for the first stint on the ultra soft tyres, should I say. I used that entire stint to close up as much as I could to Lewis Hamilton, and then stretch them out for my second set of ultras. Then in the final stint, it was all about closing that gap and then getting past Lewis Hamilton and then holding off for the end of the race. And we did that in fine style here today. And I'm really, really happy to pick up a win. And Mercedes-Benz get a 1-2 to wrap off this season. Raikkonen finishing in third. But there is the full classification there. You can see myself and Hamilton separated by 0.4 of a second. 20 seconds clear of Kimi Raikkonen. Mercedes-Benz have turned it up in the second half of the season, and that's a huge gap to win by against Kimi Raikkonen. But in the driver's standings then, we won the championship, but Lewis Hamilton does beat Sebastian Vettel by 20 points in the end of it, and I'm really happy to see Hamilton taking second place after having such a poor first half of the season with so many crashes and DNFs. In the Constructors' Championship, so I say, Mercedes-Benz beat Ferrari by 234 points, which is absolutely incredible. And as you can see here, we've got 1,560 resource points to spend on for the next half of the season. And as you can see, looking at the team approval and the reputation level, we're going to be going again. But as you can see, a contract event is going to be coming our way. So it does appear that we are going to have a choice for next season. So as you can see, Emma is telling us if we're happy, and to be honest, I'm really happy at Mercedes-Benz. And she's going to say, you know, we got a couple of contract offers, you know, you absolutely smashed everybody. Of course, that was due to DNFs. I'm not going to claim everything was all because of quick driving. But she's going to give us the little contract folder here, and she says, look, there's a couple of teams here, and, you know, they really want your contract, and they really want you to sign for them for next season. So take a pick. And that's where we're going to leave it off for today then. So we're going to have a look at what the contracts are and where we can move forward. So here they come on the screens. Who's going to offer me a contract? Are we going to get decent ones? It's the top 4 teams. So there it is then, guys. We have got a contract offer to stay at Mercedes-Benz as the #1 driver to partner alongside Lewis Hamilton for yet another season. We've got the contract offer to move back to Ferrari and go as a second driver, which means that we'll have Sebastian Vettel as our teammate. We have the option then to move to Red Bull as well, which we can possibly do for the remainder of the season. And then we've also got the choice to join Force India for the finale of for the next season. Now, of course, guys, I am going to be doing now in terms of how I'm going to pick the team. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to leave a poll in the description down below. Click the link and you'll be able to cast your vote for the poll. I'm going to inevitably make the final decision myself, but as I did last season, I want to see what the people feel like before I go ahead and make the decision. Note this into self. Whoever wins the poll, that doesn't mean I'm going to pick that team. That might just mean that, you know, that's what most people wanted, but it's not what I want. And at the end of the day, guys, I don't want anyone to get frustrated, but listen, this is what I have to kind of say to this. If I end up picking a team that you guys never voted for, or if I end up going whatever way I want, I just want to say it like this. You guys voiced your opinions, and at least I let you give your opinions, but this is my career mode. This is what I want to do. If it means that it's not what you want, I'm sorry about that, but at the end of the day, I want to be doing what I want to do, and this is my career mode, and the purpose of it is not just, you know, this is a career mode where you guys pick everything. It's a case of, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm happy with. If you're not happy with it, then there's no need for you to watch the video. It's as simple as that. So click the link, click the link, cast your vote, see where it comes out, and all those votes that come in, I will take this into consideration moving forward into Season 3. But guys, that's going to wrap it up. As of recording this video on the Friday, the 13th, scary day, the patch 1.8 has not come out yet on consoles. As soon as the patch comes out, I will start recording the next series, as I want to get all the new updated liveries in. But until then, guys, I will see you next time. Take care all. Peace.